So my wife tells me while I'm at work, I've actually never had a Big Mac. So I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I should stop through McDonald's after work and get her a Big Mac for the first time. Because who's going to deprive somebody of that experience? Then I realized I'm a father of 4. We got Big Macs at home. Big Mac smash burgers are for dinner tonight. We're going to start out with King's Hawaiian slider buns. Get them nice and toasty with a little bit of mayo. I know you use butter, but you got to try mayo. It's definitely next level. We're going to go with the sliced Parisian cheese. And hey, while you're waiting for the smash burger finish line that's at the end of this video to see that beautiful Big Mac slider, can you just do me a favor and slap that follow button? Put out food videos every week, always fresh recipes, the best stuff to make, and it's never hard stuff. I know I don't do any of the big huge flambe recipes. It's just like burgers and pasta and simple stuff. It's cheap. Because I'm trying to make it easy for you to cook at home, for you and your family, and save some money while things are tight. It's 2023, baby. College kids don't have to live on ramen noodles no more. They can eat at home and eat good. I'm going to put the recipe for the Big Mac sauce over in the description. The rest of the video you should be able to follow on your own. The only difference to the sauce that I made versus the recipe is I added a little bit of that Who's Your Sister sauce. Now let's get to plating. I'm going to throw down my 2 sliders. That's all I needed for me. That's a big slider. 2 pickles, deli fries, and a little bit of mambo sauce. I'm about to get my mac on.
Tonight we're trying another dinner we saw on TikTok. To start, we cut up some potatoes and then added salt, garlic, pepper, and paprika. Then threw them in the air fryer to crisp them up. We also fried up some bacon and shredded a bunch of cheese. Next, we cut up and cooked 2 chicken breasts. I just completely forgot to record it, but then we mixed those in with the potatoes. We then added a bunch of ranch dressing to the top and mixed that all together. Now we added all the potatoes to a baking dish and topped it with about half the cheese that we shredded. Then we added our bacon to the top, spreading it around evenly. And then lastly added the remaining cheese to the top. We baked this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes, just long enough to melt the cheese. This was so good that we cannot wait to make it again.
Chewy, crunchy, sweet, and spicy. These spicy peanut udon noodles have all of our favorite food adjectives in a single bowl. Add your noodles and some green beans to some boiling water. Meanwhile, make the sauce. We've got toasted sesame oil, soy sauce or tamari if you're gluten-free, sambo oli, brown sugar, peanut butter, grated ginger, lots of garlic, and a little bit of water to thin it all out. Now we're going to add our noodles and our green beans back in and toss until everything is coated and saucy and silky. You may even want to double the sauce recipe. Then we add some green onions, lots of cilantro, toasted sesame seeds, and of course some crushed peanuts to finish it off. I think you're gonna love this one.
20-minute dinner for 23 days, ginger glazed chicken. Season the chicken with salt and pepper. Coat the chicken with a thin layer of cornstarch. The sauce is super easy. Soy sauce, honey, grated ginger, and garlic. Mix together. Pan fry the chicken for 4 minutes on each side. Remove and set aside. Drizzle in the sauce. Let it simmer for 30 seconds. Add back in the chicken and let it cook for another 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Look at that.
Girl, you chosen.
Dinner series, we're making creamy Cajun chicken meatballs. The great thing about this recipe is that you can actually meal prep the meatballs during the weekend and defrost them and cook them anytime during the week, so it saves a bunch of time in that regard as well. But to begin, I'm just adding all of my ingredients as well as my seasonings to my ground chicken, and I'm going to form my meatballs. You should be able to get about 28 out of this recipe. Then we're going to pop them in a 400-degree oven for about 18 minutes and then get started on our sauce. So when our meatballs are done, our sauce should be done as well, which is perfect. In a saucepan with a little bit of olive oil and butter, we're going to saute our onion and our garlic for about 3 minutes. Then we're going going to throw in our cherry tomatoes as well as our fresh basil and cook that for about 3 minutes as well. Add in your chicken broth and we're going to bring that to a simmer, and then we're going to pour in our heavy cream and bring that to a light bubble. Mix everything together, make sure everything is nice and incorporated, and then we're going to add in our seasonings. We're adding salt, black pepper, Cajun, white pepper, as well as garlic powder and onion powder. Stir it up until incorporated, and then we're going to add our freshly grated Parmesan and make sure that's nice and melted. Bring it to a light bubble again, and we're going to add in our spinach, and then once that's nice and wilted down, we're going to add in our meatballs. Now, there's a bunch of different ways that you can serve this. I served mine on top of mashed potatoes, but you can serve it on top of rice. You can make it into a pasta, or you can just serve it with a side salad if you'd like. But you're done.
I love a good bowl of ramen noodles, and these 20-minute Thai red curry ramen noodles with a little bit of chili garlic oil are so delicious, and obviously they're easy because they take 20 minutes. So you make a quick oil, you get some herbs, get a little bit of ginger, pour the oil over those fresh herbs, and then you want to boil off some ramen noodles. I love to use the brown rice ramen noodles. Add a little soy sauce to the mix, toss it all together, and then I serve it up with green onions on top. They're so good. You guys are going to love them.
We were chasing Bonnie and Clyde, until I switched to the other side, to the other side. It's no surprise I turned you in.
Butter chicken and homemade naan. My little sister and her baby came over and she wanted me to make this for them. Everybody cleaned their plates. There were no leftovers. This is how I made it. I diced up some chicken thighs. I'm adding plain Greek yogurt, garlic paste, ginger paste, turmeric, garam masala, chili powder, and a little bit of lemon juice. Let this marinate, and now we're gonna start on our dough for the naan. Mixing warm water with yeast and sugar. Let this sit for 10 minutes, and then you can add flour, baking soda, baking powder, olive oil, a little bit of Greek yogurt. Mix this well, and then we're gonna let this rise for an hour and a half. In the meantime, I'm melting some ghee in a pan. I'm gonna cook my chicken. Once it is fully cooked, I'm gonna remove this chicken from the pan, and then I'm gonna start making my sauce. I'm adding more ghee, diced red onion, garlic paste, ginger paste, a can of diced tomatoes, tomato paste, heavy cream, the same spices, and some cashews. Let this simmer, and then I'm gonna add it to my blender and blend until smooth. Once blended, you can re-add your chicken. I'm adding heavy cream and cilantro for garnish. After you've let your dough rise, you can section it out and cook in an ungreased pan. Try this out, guys. Let me know what you think.
This is my creamy, cheesy, sun-dried tomato and spinach chicken bake. It's really easy to make. All you have to do is score the chicken breast and coat it in oregano, smoked paprika, garlic powder, salt and pepper into a baking tray. Add the finely chopped shallot, garlic, spinach, sun-dried tomato, stock powder and cream. Mix it all together, place the chicken on top and sprinkle cheese all over the chicken. Bake in the oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. We love it served on my super creamy mashed potatoes.
And here they are.
When I was writing my cookbook, I knew this was one recipe that had to be in it, which is my mom's spaghetti bake, which we've been eating for as long as I can remember. Like growing up, I did not want to go to a restaurant for my birthday. I would always request this. To a pan, you're going to brown up 1 pound of ground beef and then drain any grease with whatever method that you choose. Then you're going to add 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, a half a cup of water, and 1 package of spaghetti sauce mix. And once that's all combined, you're going to switch the heat to low, and you're just going to let this simmer for 20 minutes, stirring frequently. And while that's simmering, you can cook your pasta. You're going to break a half a pound of spaghetti into thirds and cook according to the package. Then drain and set aside. Then to another pot, you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter. Once it's melted, you're going to whisk in 2 tablespoons of flour and cook for 2 minutes. Then you're going to gradually add in 1 cup of evaporated milk and a half a cup of water. Next, just switch the heat to low and gradually add in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese and 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And just cook until all the cheese is melted. And to assemble in a 9x13 casserole dish, you're going to add in half of the spaghetti, half of the meat mixture, all of the cheese sauce mixture, the rest of the spaghetti, and then the rest of the meat mixture. And to finish it off, you're going to top with 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Then this goes in a 375-degree oven for 20 minutes. And like I said, this was a staple growing up in our house. And if you enjoyed this recipe, I have a lot more easy recipes in my cookbook that is now
don't feel like cooking dinner tonight, but you're responsible for dinner in your household, same and same. But don't worry, I've got you covered. This is so easy to make. We're gonna make some buffalo chicken wraps. Cook your chicken in some buffalo sauce according to the back of the package of your chicken. When it's done, you want to cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Heat up your tortilla and then add your buffalo chicken and whatever toppings you want. I did some shredded cheddar cheese, some ranch, of course, lettuce, and then some tomatoes. This was so easy to make and perfect for those nights when you really don't feel like cooking. And let's be honest, who doesn't like a buffalo chicken wrap? I hope you guys enjoy this and make sure you follow me for more really easy recipes.